Yeah, fast drive.
I swear to God, half the ones that you were involved in just start with that.
Good.
Dude, I can smell the goddamn pizza you ate.
Yeah. It was real good.
I'm ready. Yeah. So,
like pull right ahead.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Turbo review. Casey, go.
As a book to movie adaptation, honestly, a C-. There were a lot of things that were totally inaccurate and wrong when it comes to the book.
Well, not inaccurate and wrong, just changed.
A lot of things were changed, specifically with the plot points. A lot of the things that happened were really, really wrong, which I can understand. No book to movie adaptation could ever be 100% accurate, but I feel like there was a lot more than that needed to be changed. As just a standalone movie, B-, B-, B+, or B- to B, around there. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was enjoyable. There were a lot of like cheesy cringe moments to it, but I thought some of the action scenes, I thought the big war scene, that was badass. The race was really good. And again, as with the book, I enjoyed all the scenes in the Oasis much more than the scenes in real life. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. All right, let me get out of here.
I need to get my keys.
Okay.
You get to be
Guess
God
I'm gonna be
again,
alone
Brett.
again.
You are God.
Yes. Aaron, go suck my dick. Fuck these guys. I'm the one reviewing Draft House Drive now. I'm the only one here. Ain't no one doing shit. I'm just gonna turn my lights on and off the entire fucking time. Ah! I just need to fucking... This guy's looking at me like I'm fucking weird. I better get my shit out of my backpack too so I can get Quentin his nerd games.
You are no longer God. Suck my nuts.
Here's Far Cry.
Sickness. I'm gonna put it over there because otherwise I'm gonna step on it. Shit. Okay. Yeah.
My door's not on. Okay, back there we go.
Okay.
We're gonna drive home backwards.
So this is gonna be a good review because we had one person that read the book, one person didn't read the book.
Okay.
Yeah. Casey also read the book. That he did finish it this week.
Okay. Well, I will say I did read I didn't read, but I watched a plot summary.
Yeah.
So at least I know like kind of what's going on like in the book. But I mean, from what Casey just said, doesn't surprise me that the book wasn't exactly the movie wasn't exactly a faithful adaptation of the book.
Yes.
And coming from just a guy who like has a passing knowledge of the book and has only watched the movie, I'd give it like a C+.
For the movie?
Yeah, for the movie.
Okay.
Just like, it was cool. Like he said, some of the action scenes were actually pretty cool, and it was neat seeing all the references, but honestly, it just kind of bogged it down. It seemed like it was just so focused on being hip to nerd culture that it just kind of lost itself as a movie to me.
Yeah. See, with me, I was gonna give it a B-,
Well,
but
it's primarily in the dialogue.
Yeah, but I was gonna just give it a B-, but because it is set in Ohio, I'm giving it a C+. I am deducting it a whole score and a letter grade because it's set in Ohio.
That's fair.
Damn straight it is. Every time they said Ohio, I flipped off the screen.
Yep.
As everyone should.
Eat my fucking dick. That shit is good.
Also, I'm gonna go through all the references that they had just real quick.
Yeah.
Just to get them out of the way. We had Minecraft.
These are just the ones that like were either blatantly obvious or ones we caught. I'm sure there's like a ton.
There are probably ones that we just didn't even know about, like from stuff we haven't seen. So Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons, Mortal Kombat, Star Trek, DC Universe,
plenty,
Alien, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
which is the shitty fucking Michael Bay one too.
Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Friday the 13th. Duke Nukem.
Dick Kickem.
Street Fighter.
Oh yes.
Hello Kitty.
Yep.
Speed Racer.
That one I didn't catch.
That was in the racing part.
I can imagine.
It just the car just went right by.
Yeah.
RoboCop. Akira.
Yep.
King Kong. Battletoads. Overwatch.
That was my favorite one. Was Battletoads.
Battlestar Galactica. Iron Giant. I put Battletoads twice. Halo. Gundam. Godzilla. Gears of War. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty more. I was actually surprised at like the number of variety of alien references too, because you had the chest burster, you had the ship from Aliens, and then you also had Artemis using the pulse rifle.
Yes.
Which I was like, oh fucking, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'll admit, whenever they had a reference and they didn't shove it in your fucking face with it, like the part with like the Akira motorcycle, I was
the Gears of War gun.
Or the Gears of War gun. I was like, oh, that's really cool. They brought it in. They didn't have to mention like, oh yeah, this is the fucking gun from this game. War, don't fucking do that. Like,
Yeah.
that's just me. Like, that's just my personal opinion on that.
Yeah.
That's where I think Wreck-It Ralph really did it right, because when they had a character show up on screen, they didn't be like, oh man, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, trademark.
And Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh yeah, with Roger Rabbit, they're just like, they just kind of
everyone called this the Who Framed Roger Rabbit of like the new era.
Not really.
Well, just because it has a lot of
it's a
shared
mishmash,
properties.
yeah.
But it doesn't do it nearly as well. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is like a really fucking good movie.
It's a good movie first and foremost,
Yeah.
and then it adds in the references as like, oh cool, you recognize it.
It's also actually a book.
That too, which is really weird. And
It's
apparently the
called-
sequel of the book is actually a sequel to the movie, not a sequel to the original book.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, C+, okay, I'd watch it maybe one more time just to like catch all the like the really small references, but that's really
It was
about
kind of
it.
fun.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, like just the dialogue was just so bad. and, like,
Yeah. Plus, you're gonna tell me. Okay, we're gonna go into spoilers.
yeah, spoilers.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me that this dude who is like greedy as shit and already blew up a fucking
Yeah.
apartment complex is gonna walk up to the dude who has the possibility to take everything he wants and have a gun in
Not
his hand
shoot
and
it.
just be like,
That's what I was fucking
Nah.
thinking.
that is bullshit.
Well, maybe I was thinking like, well, he's already lost. Like, there's really no point.
No.
Because the way I took it is, once he had the egg, there's no way he can get it anyway. I mean, yeah, he can shoot it out of anger, but
Because if he shoots him out of anger, then technically it ain't gonna go. Who's it gonna go to?
that's the other thing. I don't know.
Because he has no family.
Yeah, there's like no way to
And no
really
will.
tell. And
Yeah.
like the game's over, so I think there had to be like that's like another issue with Have is that there's no real like well, I was gonna say consistency, but there's a sort of consistency in the world. Like if you die, then yeah, you lose everything. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then fucking whoever that like evil guy was, like the
IROC.
skull chest, IROC. Like whenever he died, like man, I have 10 years worth of shit. Like he dies and there's just this pile that just
Yeah.
pours with death. I was like, all right, that's
It's spilling
That's
out of his
kind of funny.
armhole.
that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just they didn't explain that. So I really wish there was been like, and if you die, this is what happens.
Yeah, because, and this is definitely a problem in terms of book to movie adaptation, is the book really does explain like everything that goes on in the Oasis, how it all works, all that kind of stuff. With the movie, they're like, if you didn't read the book, too bad, you'll figure it out eventually.
Well, I mean,
That's the way I saw it.
I didn't feel like I missed anything personally.
Like,
So I feel like I didn't really need to understand it at like every possible level.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just needed
of
to know
course.
that it was like a VR game that you could really do whatever you want, and then coins could be used to buy real world goods.
Mhm.
That's it. Which, by the way, terrible fucking idea for an economy. That shit would not work.
Nope.
Like, yeah, there are instances in real life where you can actually trade in-game currency for real world currency, but generally, in the first place, that is already tied to real currency, like keys in Team Fortress 2,
Yeah.
or Plex in, I believe it will.
Jesus.
Whoa,
Right.
these dudes are Newman. Anyway, or in EVE Online, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. The big spaceship nerd game.
Yeah. Also, Duke Nukem in the thing, he was right at the beginning when they were showing the the Doom thing,
That makes a lot
and
of sense.
it just like a split second, just turned and Duke Nukem died. Or sorry, Dick Kickham.
There's another one that you missed. It was StarCraft. You know the guy,
I was thinking Warhammer 4000.
that was very close. We're talking about the guy who has like the America armor.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, no, that wasn't Warhammer 40K. That was StarCraft.
Okay, I knew it was from one of them. I just forgot to write it down.
Yeah, Warhammer 40K. I can definitely see it. Warhammer 40K. Their masks are more like the Fallout style.
Oh,
like
okay, the cover.
hoses and
Yeah.
completely covered. StarCraft, glass visor.
Okay.
Think like Buzz Lightyear on like massive roids.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it wasn't bad. It was just passable.
Yeah.
Which is why it's C+. It's like run of the mill. If it were a score, I would give it like a 3 out of 5. Is it
Yeah.
like it's a movie?
Yeah.
Like
That is in effect a movie that we did just see.
yeah, it wasn't just like
Very good review of it.
it wasn't offensive.
Yeah. It wasn't like, God, I hope I never see this again,
Yeah.
or God, I can't wait to see this again. It was just, yeah, we just saw that.
And I will say it was genuinely clever, like the plot twist where they had Daito and Parzival like inside the bad guy's office.
Yeah.
Even though he was like, they just like, oh man, they just.
I did like that. I did really like that.
I was like,
that wasn't in the book. That was really cool.
Because I was like, how the fuck did they manage to get past security?
Yeah.
Turns out they didn't.
Yeah. But what was it? So the biggest issue I have with the translation, and I don't think you mind if I spoil it.
No, I don't give a shit. I honestly didn't really plan on reading it at all.
Yeah. So the first key, first things first, is when we are introduced to Parzival. He is poor. He is stuck at the school world. He can't go anywhere. Whereas in this one, he's doing the races. And yes, it does show he's like, oh, I have to steal coins from cars that fall over.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
But in the book, they were like, yeah, he's stuck because it costs money to go from to different worlds. So he's like, I don't have money, so I'm just stuck on the school world. I can't level up. And the first key is on the school world.
You mean like the tutorial world? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not tutorial world, because they can go to school in the world, like actual school.
It's like a public school.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
The education system has adapted to the fact that the Oasis is an everyday part of life.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I'll give them that.
So the first key is on the public school world, and not everyone knows about it. It's not like the race where it's like, oh, everyone knows about it. Everyone's figured it out, or everyone knows
That's right.
how
like,
to do it.
He discovers the key, and then the message comes up. It's like, hey, these keys, fucking find them.
Yeah.
Right?
He dies. It says find the keys, and then after 5 or 6 years, he's just like, oh hey, I found it. He figures it out. And here's another issue that I do have in both cases is it's really obvious that how to figure it out, because in the book it says something where you're like, yeah, that's school. That alludes to school, and that's how he figures out that, oh hey, the key's on the school planet.
And that's another
in that
thing.
one, you're gonna tell me no one tried to go backwards.
I'll just say, like,
I have been a dumbass in games my whole life.
I was just saying, like in Mario Kart, when I've been digging around, just like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna drive backwards. Fuck this
Exactly.
shit.
I was like,
And it
5
wasn't even
years.
that far.
5 years.
It
And
wasn't
you
even
saw-
like, oh, go through the entire race backwards.
No, it's just go like 10
start
feet.
backwards.
Yeah.
If you told me like, yeah, you have to do the entire race backwards, and somehow that tricks King Kong into like hitting in front of you.
Yeah.
All right, I can kind of see that. That would
No.
make a sort of sense.
Yeah.
And there was another one. It's like with the shiny one. It's just like you're telling me no one watched that clip 5 seconds after like people would generally stop.
Well, I would give it this is the only way to go to the second key is finishing the first key.
No, I'll give you that. But you're telling me, well, never mind. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
That-
Because you
that-
have to get the clue.
Yeah.
So
The only way to actually access the second key is to
because
get the first
like
key.
when I was hearing that, I'm like, you're fucking serious. That's
No one's watched
really
The Shining. Yeah,
obvious.
exactly. I also really liked it how when they
Yeah,
showed it The Shining, how it actually started playing the theme from the beginning of the movie. That's what I liked
It
the most.
was the Overlook Theater. I was
know.
like, and that's I'll give that too. That was a really nice bit of fan service.
Yeah.
But like I said, as much as it hit you over the head, I was like, this is very loving. Like,
See, that's what makes me really happy, because in the book, the first key, the way he gets it, isn't through a race. What he does is he has to play one of the games that they actually had at the Alamo called Joust.
okay.
He has to play this like demon, and when he beats the demon, he gets the first key, and then the first key unlocks a gate, and it doesn't just unlock a clue, he has to go and do something to get the clue. So he does something, gets the key, then
So
he goes
every
to do
challenge is
something.
like 2 smaller challenges.
Yes.
It's like the key challenge and the clue challenge.
Yes, so the first one is he plays Joust. Then the second one is he has to go through the entire movie of War Games saying all the lines correctly.
Ooh.
So that's why when it went into the Shining thing, I was kind of excited, because I was wondering how they were going to do that War Games thing in the movie.
Yeah, that would have just kind of been boring.
Yeah, well, they obviously weren't going to go through the whole movie, but
Yeah.
they could be like,
Yeah, like a
highlighted.
clip thing, yeah.
Also, they weren't a team in the book. In the book,
Okay.
they were individuals, and they like, especially when they started working together, they're like, I'm not going to tell you shit. They're like, no, I'm not going to tell you shit. And Daito and Shou. Okay, Shou. I thought so. They were like, fuck you guys. I don't want to talk to you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also, that bullshit with Daito at the end is like, oh, he's just metadata meditating, trying to figure out what the best weapon would be. It's like, oh, fucking Gundam.
No,
duh.
he wasn't meditating. He was just saving it because he only had it for 30 seconds. Yeah, he was saving it until he could like really get into.
Really make the use of it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm kind of mad that it wasn't just actual Godzilla and it was like kind of off-brand Mechagodzilla, because that's not a design.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't Mechagodzilla. I don't watch Godzilla. I even know that's not Mechagodzilla. Second of all, I understand why it couldn't be real Godzilla, because it has to be a robot that they can go in, and it would be really weird to see flesh just build around him. That would make me so uncomfortable.
You know, that would really work with Shin Godzilla though, because like that's kind of his thing.
What do you mean, flesh building? Okay, don't tell me that.
I'm gonna have to show you that fucking movie.
Yeah. But what else was it?
I'm getting chills. I gotta watch Shin Godzilla again tonight, man.
Are you actually gonna watch it tonight?
I fucking might.
It's 1:30.
I fucking might.
Do you have work tomorrow?
No, fuck you. Godzilla time.
Oh man. You're gonna tell me that you don't have time to go see Isle of Dogs, but you'll sit at home and watch fucking Shin Godzilla for the 20th time? Fuck you. Oh, you bitch.
My favorite director, Hideki Anno. He's good. Favorite Japanese director, at least.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah. Well, this was definitely a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just very high focus on action and just making the audience just go, oh.
Well, I wouldn't say Steven Spielberg is really focused on action, because I mean, you watch Jaws.
Spectacle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in my opinion, with later Steven Spielberg movies, I feel they get very predictable. Like, what was it? War Horse was a movie that he made, and I was just like, I don't want to watch a movie about a war horse. And then The Post was meh, and then this was meh, and I think the last good movie he made was Saving Private Ryan.
That was damn good movie. No, okay, that's what I'm trying to say. It appeals to the lowest common denominator.
This?
Like Steven
I
Spielberg.
can see that, yeah. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, Steven Spielberg, he made E.T. and Jaws, let's go see it.
There's that, yeah, and it's also just like, even anybody who has like a surface level knowledge of games.
A movie.
Or at least a movie, or like, they've heard about it either through their kids or the kids who are going to see it with their parents who are like, oh, I played Overwatch, that's cool. Like, that game came out 2 years ago.
Yep, and my brother still plays it addictively.
And that's another thing. I can definitely see Batman being a cultural icon in like 2075. Not fucking Overwatch. Like,
well, I mean, Counter-Strike has lasted fucking forever.
That's Counter-Strike, but
and so is Team Fortress 2.
That's also, well, those are Valve games.
Yeah.
One. And even then, I'm talking like 70 years in the future.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike has only been around for 20 max.
Yeah.
Overwatch, 2.
Yeah.
Like, I can definitely see it being like 20, 30 years, just not 70. Now,
oh yeah, they also had Borderlands in the thing.
Definitely not Borderlands.
Yeah.
That was neat. That one didn't actually shove it in.
And Halo.
Halo, I can actually see.
Yeah.
Halo, I can definitely see.
I like the way they showed Halo in the
It's just a group of Spartans.
Exactly, just a group of Spartans.
Just a bunch of dudes.
Bum rush and shit.
Also
Which is
fucking...
exactly the way I fucking played Halo. Just running into shit, shooting. Until you start playing it on Heroic and Legendary. Because that shit does not work.
Now, let me say, having like everybody in the streets just like kicking and like running as groups, it's like, I lost my shit. It's like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Bunch of Muppets.
Now, I don't know if he intended it to look ridiculous or is like, oh man, this is so cool. Look at these people getting so into the game. I'm just like, these guys are why VR shouldn't be free roam.
Yeah.
Like this.
Well, not free roam, just why VR shouldn't be a thing for most people, I think.
For most people.
Yeah.
Or really, that's what I'm saying, free roam. But like, if you're like in a room and stuff, like by yourself, well, fucking whatever. Just, you're not embarrassing yourself in public. Unlike
all of them.
Unlike all of Ohio, apparently. God damn it.
Yeah, fuck your state.
Most populous 2075, bitch.
Was it? No, I think it was 2045.
2045?
Was it?
No, it's 2045.
Yeah, okay.
Well, okay, my point still kind of stands, as in, I could definitely see Overwatch still being a thing in like 30 years, but just not to like the extent of
that,
like being a huge thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and IROC played like a minimal ass role in the book. He was not as important as he was in there.
Yeah.
the only role he played is he was friends with Parzival and H, and when they what was it? And when they found the bronze key, he just started bragging on forums. He was like, "Hey, I know people that found the bronze key," and that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the only thing he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite the character shift.
Oh, also, there was no fucking rebellion in the book. There wasn't a fucking rebellion. They weren't like teaming up together. They were just like, I like this game and I want to win. That's it.
No, I think if that were the case, I think I actually like the rebellion subplot personally. Then,
I mean, the rebellion subplot in the movie lasted about 5 seconds because they were just like, "Hey, welcome to the rebellion," and then everyone died, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, that's what happened in the movie.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He got captured by the dude because they were like, "Ooh, he's gonna be taking the bad guys," and then he got opened up, and he's
Dude,
like,
I even fucking saw that coming. It's just like, there's no way this guy's a sixer for one because he's not wearing any kind of the suits, and just like it's so obvious that he's like the look of the bad guy that he's not gonna be the bad guy.
And then he's like, "Welcome to the rebellion," and then they talk, and then she's like, "Oh hey, I figured out the clue," and then they're like, "I love you," and then the bad people come, and that's the end of the rebellion. Done.
Yeah, you are right. That is pretty short.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did ham it up, and I think that's mainly just because it's like it's gonna be a movie. People are gonna be like, "Oh, rebellion subplot, it's so cool."
Yeah.
Like
No.
no.
And as always, the characters were more fleshed out in the book.
But I mean,
Duh.
you're doing that with like how much? Like 200 something pages, 300 something pages.
350 max.
Yeah, I'm saying like max. So
Max
I know it was like a fairly light read.
Oh yeah, it took Casey 3 days.
Yeah.
It took me about the same, I think. Thank you for that.
Too bad I'm illiterate. I'm gonna go home and read a textbook about DNA.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I want to go to sleep or do I want to catch up on comic books? Did you finish Metal?
No. Again, I've been doing nothing but read about DNA for the past 4 fucking days.
Dude, the new issue of Doomsday Clock is awesome.
Alright, maybe I'll take a look at it on like Wednesday or some shit. Also, you know your DNA spins real fucking fast when it's replicating? About 3,000 RPM? That's super fucking fast. You know how fast a helicopter spins?
No.
It doesn't, but its blades do at 500 RPM.
That is a quality joke. Oh man, that's some good shit.
I didn't think that would actually get you.
Nice. Oh man,
That's like a dad joke.
that is funny. Oh my god. Oh man. That was good. That was good shit. Oh damn straight. That was good. I like that. Oh man.
Another weird fact I learned about DNA is there's actually very little correlation to the amount of the DNA that an organism has and how complex it is. For example, an amoeba, I'm sure you know what those guys are, little jelly blobs.
Yes, I know because of Powerpuff Girls.
Exactly. They have like 400 to 500 times our DNA.
Cool.
And potatoes have more chromosomes than us.
Of course they do.
That explains you,
Yes.
Mr. Extra Chromosome Boy.
I.
Yep, that's... Anyway, this has been Draft House Drive. That was Ready Player One.
Wait, if you want to get into King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, dude, first of all, I would visit their website. The first T-shirt that they have is just their name, King Gizzard, and then there's a lizard with a wizard hat on.
I heard you talking to Casey about that.
I love that shit so much. Number 2 is 2 of their albums so far are pretty good. One is just a free download off their website. Like straight up, they put it out and they're like, if you want to make a record company, start with this. We don't care. Because it's one of the albums that they released last year. And it's called like Polywoganagannog or some shit. It is like 15 letters. And it starts with Polly. And then I don't know what the rest is. And then the other one is from 2014 called I'm In Your Mind Fuzz. That's a weird ass album and I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually. I got about 3 other albums lined up.
I know. Did you listen to the African albums yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
Next
so.
up is Father John Misty.
Pure comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, it's okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. I listened to it a couple times and I'm like, eh.
It's very hipster.
Yeah, that's
very
what I
fucking
thought.
hipster.
I was like, I can imagine a bunch of people who look like Jesus listening to this on a vinyl
Yeah.
or a laser disc.
Play it in a record player.
Did you know there's a laser disc store like across the street from the Draft House?
The fuck?
I shit you not. Like on the opposite side of 75 from the Draft House, there's a store that specializes in laser discs, cassette tapes, and VHS.
The fuck?
I shit you not.
Why?
Sadly, they close at 6 on Saturday, so we'll probably never be able to go there. But because there's vintage craze, man. That's why. Hipsters are hipsters, man.
Maybe I'll go there someday and
You
see
can
if I
buy
can
your
pick up
laser
those-
disc player.
Fuck that. I was
No.
gonna say get some VHS tapes, but
For what?
for the VHS player.
No, buy the laser disc player so we can watch We're Back the way it was meant to be watched.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, fuck you.
But only if you're paying for it.
I'll pay for half if you pay for half.
You got me there.
I got you the We're Back thing. We are working together on the second half.
Shit, we're in the sinking boat together.
Yes, welcome to my life.
Anyway, this has been Draft House Drive. We'll see you guys later. Fucking done? You said no. Alright, bye.